aka Grishno. I'll be your host today. We find ourselves on whatever map this is. This is the one with the the temples that you have to capture. So we'll look into that, but it looks like at the beginning we are on the red team going to have an Arthas, a Lieutenant Morales, a Greymane who's brand new, just came out. We're also going to have a Sonya and a Tassadar, so 2 frontline, a little bit of backline with Greymane, and 2 supports. Meanwhile, on the blue team, a Greymane, a Sonya, a Valla, a Lily, and a Murky. And here we go, the match begins. Murky and Greymane looks like heading to the bottom. Valla in the middle, heading out, and there's an Arthas out here just waiting in the bushes, along with the Lieutenant Morales. We'll have to check on how that's going later. Lily and Sonya at the same time getting forced out at the top. Looks like nothing big happening so far. Murky being left alone largely in the bottom lane. Should be able to get some good wave clear going on down here. Meanwhile, Greymane coming in on the blue team's Arthas, getting some serious damage in, but not enough to bring the enemy team down. Does push the wave into the walls, though. Let's check in up top where we find Lily and Sonya. Sonya going in on Greymane. Greymane is incredibly squishy. Sonya spinning and winning, pushing the red team back, and it looks like that aggression is going to be rebuffed. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Tassadar has come down to try and take care of this Murky. Murky not looking like they're in very good shape, but has some of the highest self-sustain in the game and should be able to be at full health pretty quickly. Looks like we do have temples spawning. Temples will be active in 10 seconds. We have one in the middle, which looks like red team is trying to capture the... Nope, they're not going to capture the sight point. They're just going to go to the top. But it looks like we do have a Sonya staying up top. Meanwhile, Lily and Sonya from the red team coming in. Blue team Sonya does not look like they're both spinning and winning right on top of each other. It's a spin and a win fest, but the blue team Sonya is just going to step away. Meanwhile, the middle temple is not being captured by anyone at the moment. Greymane is going in on the Valla, and Sonya is trying to get some damage in. Will they be able to get the kill? It does not look like Valla is able to escape. Meanwhile, blue team does capture the middle, and so now it is 1 temple for 1 temple. Murky looks like rotating up to the middle lane, while Tassadar focuses on the bottom. No big team fighting here, but we do see some wave clear with Sonya in the top lane. Meanwhile, 3 members of the enemy team standing here on the temple at the top. Sonya just poking her head out, might be in danger, and red team Sonya combined with the red team Valla do destroy the Sonya. The red team is rotating down to the middle to try and see if they can do anything with this, but it does look like the temple has been expended, and it is the blue team who will be capturing that base. So they are simply retreating, pulling back, and looks like going in for a little bit of damage. Will they be able to get the Greymane? Greymane is so squishy. Greymane goes down, and Arthas coming in. Tassadar in the back to support. Sonya looking very low. Lily looking very low. We have some spinning and winning up on Arthas. That's not going to do much as Arthas tries to chase down Valla. Isn't going to be able to get her, though. Meanwhile, Arthas does get a root out on the red team Sonya, and the red team Sonya is just trying to dodge, just trying to juke and get out of there. Will they be able to get away? And it looks like she is saved. Even more coming out and down here. Sonya is re-engaging on enemy Tassadar, spinning and winning, but not winning, just spinning. And meanwhile, the blue team Sonya has pushed down the middle wall, is coming in on the fort. Valla coming in, trying to get some damage, pushing in, getting her wailing arrow out there. Not the wailing arrow, but the one that does the damage. Greymane coming in and just destroying Valla. That is the beauty of this new character, is it really is just a ranged beast, but can come in and get some incredible burst damage in melee range. Coming down and looking at the Murky, Now it looks like we have a Greymane versus a Greymane battle with a Murky doing some wave clear in the middle. Murky is going to be able to clear that wave, take down the blue team's wall, and the red team is converging to take down this tower. It does not look like the blue team should be able to do anything about this. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do have Valla defending this tower, and it looks like she is going to be successful, but that is 2 walls down and a little bit of damage, honestly, for the red team's tower. We do have a temple spawning. It will be active in 5 seconds in the bottom lane. Blue team Sonya is already there pinging for assistance, but red team is coming in. Sonya, Lily, looks like a 4v2, 5v2. Will she be able to escape? It does look like they are getting away, but Valla is coming in, hitting some damage, getting some damage on the Task Star. Going deep with the red team. Sonya still around though. Greymane going incredibly deep on the other Greymane. Looks like we have a Greymane off, but the red team's Greymane is going to go down. Blue team is still around. Lily and Murky, meanwhile, holding down the fort in the back, splitting. Murky using a bubble to try and get away, but are they going to survive? Looks like they are going to go down, leaving Lily, Valla, and Sonya to battle Arthas and Sonya. Sorry, it gets a little confusing when there's multiple members of same characters on opposite teams, but it looks like the red team has been able to push back and capture this base with 3 members of the blue team down. However, it is early in the game. We're only at 5 minutes, and that will mean that by now the whole blue team should be back up and running. Unfortunately, it does not look like that will be enough to capture this tower, but they are able to push out, get some XP, and see what they can do about pushing out these lanes. That tower was able to destroy the fort in the bottom, and it does not look like any of the forts for the red team have gone down. Murky, meanwhile, pushing in, getting some pressure. Sonya spinning and winning on the Greymane, but looks like a 3v2, 3v1 situation. Are they going to be able to get Sonya? Sonya does go down. Greymane running away across the Bridge of Doom. Other Greymane coming in, getting some damage on the wave, but not enough to really do anything. Not enough to do anything besides continue the pressure here on the bot lane. Meanwhile, Lily trying to get some assistance from Sonya. Sonya's sitting in a bush. Lily's going to try and get this camp, and Sonya finally sees it, sees what's going on. Looks like they are going to try to get this bottom siege camp. Meanwhile, Murky with level 10 pulling out the Octo Grab, but in a 4v1 situation just goes down. Already back up, but losing stacks of, it's not growing power, but whatever it is that allows the, I mean, we can look right now, let's see. It is the Living the Dream, losing Living the Dream stacks. We do have a battle right here for boss. Looks like we have 4v4 coming in. Tassadar going incredibly low, but the Jug of 1,000 buck use from the red team Lily is going to sustain the red team, with 2 members of the blue team going down. Will Arthas be able to get away? Sonya just missing the spear, and that is going to be almost an entire team wipe for the blue team. Sonya just barely getting away. Somehow Arthas did fall. It must have been to the Greymane. Sorry that I missed that. And it does mean that the red team is going to get this second siege camp to push in the bottom. Meanwhile, Sonya and Murky battling up top. Is Murky going to be able to get this kill? Sonya trying to spin and win, but they destroy each other. And looks like the red team is going to go for boss. Sonya not able to get out of there. Valla almost standing in the tornado, trying to get as much damage as they can here, but the heals from Lily are not necessarily very big. 2 members, looks like just Greymane getting hit by the stun, but the red team is able to capture the boss, which means it's probably not going to do a lot of damage because we do have 4 members of the blue team coming down. They've already cleared out the siege camps and they are able to defend this. However, this is at the same moment that 2 temples are spawning. So there's one up top and there's one down bottom. Looks like Murky and Sonya are coming in trying to get the Lieutenant Morales, and they do. Sonya running away, coming back in. That is a mistake on this Greymane, who is just going to rip her to shreds. Murky, however, trying to get the Octo Grab, coming in, and it looks like that is going to secure the kill. Blue team Sonya trying to destroy the red team Murky, and now it is going to be a Greymane versus Sonya. Will Sonya be able to get away? It does look like she's trying to spin and win. Greymane coming in, getting some body blocks, and is shooting Sonya in the face. Looks like Murky's already back, capturing the bottom point, and the blue team Arthas is coming in trying to get a little bit of damage. Might be able to do that. Meanwhile, Lily has just been sitting safely up top, and that temple up top has just been captured. There is about a quarter of the temple left at the bottom, and the blue team has successfully pushed out the red team. Will they be able to come in and capture the rest of this temple? It looks like, but the red team is coming in, is trying to get some damage. Sonya just holding down the point, the capture point. Lily coming in, jug of 1,000 fuck yous, going off, but is taking a fair amount of damage. Blue team's Greymane is also taking damage, but has Lieutenant Morales' healing shield and is going to go down. Tassadar very low. Arthas going down, and it looks like the red team's Greymane. Oh my gosh! And the blue team Sonya does go down. Sonya just hanging on by a thread. Lily very low, but the red team was able to come in and capture the last part of this temple, which is going to mean that all three of the forts for the blue team are destroyed, getting some core damage, or not some core damage, I'm sorry, some damage here on the keeps for the red team. Meanwhile, Murky is pushing in top, pushing a wave into the wall, and that is going to be able to take down this wall, getting some much needed XP. You can see that red team is up by 3 levels, and a lot of that, I believe, has to do with Murky just split pushing lanes, just going back and forth, pushing those lanes in. Arthas trying to push out the middle, but getting Octo grabbed. Not going to do much here, though. Is going to do a little bit of damage, but against a tank that's really just not going to do very much. Valla is coming in, trying to get a little bit of damage. Jumping in, getting her arrows out. Looks like they might be able to take down Arthas. Also a spin to win talent here on Valla. And looks like Lily and Greymane and possibly Sonya are trying to capture another siege camp for the bottom lane. They've already captured the one over here, and now they're going to capture this one as well, pushing out the bottom. Meanwhile, in the middle, Murky just dying. Sonya coming in on a 3v1, but not out of position because the team is coming in to back her up. Now it is a 4v3. Sonya way out of position here, does take a lot of damage, but is able to spin her way back. Greymane almost getting caught by a Tassadar's force wall. Red team Sonya spinning around right up front, but the jug of 1,000 fuck yous does come around, is able to heal. Is it enough? Sonya is able to use the spear to get away. That is a fantastic use of that, but Lily does go down. Lily on the red team is down, and that means that Sonya might go away, but that looks like that spear was able to save Sonya once again. Valla, looking like she might be in trouble from this blue team's Arthas, is going to be able to get away safely, and that is 1 kill for the Lily. A great disengage all the way across the map. Murky, meanwhile, pushing down a keep in the bottom against Tassadar, is able to get that with those mini waves. But it looks like 2 temples are up, and the red team is in no position to get either. They have siege camps pushing in the top, getting some damage on the fort, taking down their towers and their walls. Meanwhile, blue team is just holding down the middle fort, which is just hammering away at that, holding down the middle temple, which is hammering away at that top keep. Red team is going to go in for the top keep. Looks like they can hold 1 temple for 1 temple. Greymane coming in, might be able to try and get some damage, but sees that it is a 1v3 situation, and knowing how squishy he is, runs away. Coming in again, Valla coming in for the flank, getting some damage from behind. No team backup here. Is Valla going to be able to trade in? No, because the Sonya comes in and is... Now red team Sonya coming in, but it is a 1v3. Are they going to be able to do anything? Lily and Greymane coming in the back, getting some support. Greymane coming in on the other Greymane, getting some damage. Popping into beast form. Jug of 1,000 fuck yous is coming out, healing Greymane back up. And it looks like that's 2 members of the blue team down with some body blocks right here on Arthas. And it looks like Sonya is in some serious trouble as well. Arthas may escape. It looks like he's just going to walk away. But that is 3 members of the blue team down, maintaining that 2-level lead for the red team. Meanwhile, Murky just sort of keeping up the pressure in the bottom lane, forcing the blue team's Tassadar to stay down here and defend, because if Murky pushes this in, it is going right into the core, and with catapults coming in these waves, that can actually do some significant damage. However, I don't think a Tassadar is able to actually take down a Murky, and that's why they've had such a hard time defending against this. Arthas is coming in, trying to Oh, a beautiful force wall blocking off the exit, but Murky is going to be able to use a bubble and escape, throwing down a pufferfish to block the exit and just running away. Running away. Fantastic job, but that did require 4 members of the blue team to come down and defend. Meanwhile, the red team is taking camps, is joining up in the middle, and is just continuing to apply all-around lane pressure against the blue team. Red team is coming down. Looks like they do see blue team trying to take over this capture point. Murky coming in, getting an octo grab, but it is too late. The blue team has already captured it, and Murky is going to go down. Greymane out of position, trying to run away. Valla, all the squishies up front. Looks like Lily is going to take some serious damage from Greymane. Great force wall, and huge Syndragosa coming in, doing some big damage and slowing the red team. Big damage on Valla, who goes down. Greymane goes down. Lily goes down. Looks like it is a 2v2, 3v2, and the entire red team is just gone. Just gone, but Murky's back, but the entire red team was out. That was a big trade for the red team, and they're still a level down, but they did make up a level. Murky is going to be pushing in the bottom once again, applying some pressure against this Tassadar. Blue team seems like they're ignoring the temple. Temple's up in 2 minutes, and they're pushing out lanes. But that's fine. There is a lot of waves coming in. Looks like the top keep was able to go down. Mid keep is still up, so they do only have 1 keep. Meanwhile, Murky deciding to just go and capture that bottom temple and actually try and get some damage on that keep. None of the blue team is around. They're all back in their base. They're hanging out. Tassadar is going to go mid. Looks like Arthas is coming in, trying to apply some pressure, but you know, should be more than a match for this Murky. Murky won't be able to kill, but is trying to get a little bit of damage here. Arthas is pushed away. What a great octo grab by the Murky here. Tossing down a pufferfish, but is gone, is out of there. It's going to spawn right here, though. And that is 4 members of the red team coming in. Looks like they might be able to take this temple. This is going to be a 4v4, but Greymane, super out of position, is taking a ton of damage. Sonya jumping in, is going to be able to secure that kill. And now we're getting some damage on the Lieutenant Morales, who cannot heal herself, by the way, and may fall here, and does fall. That is 3 members of the blue team down. No members of the red team down. Jug of 1,000 fuck yous coming out. Is Arthas going to fall? We have Greymane coming in and just destroying and securing that kill. That leaves Tassadar for the blue team, just pushing lanes. Just pushing lanes. Meanwhile, it looks like the red team does want to go boss. This is 16 minutes in, and red team does have their level 20 talent. So Murky, calling for a push to the core, is going to just push this bottom wave in. Rest of the team looks like they're going to go for boss just to make sure that they are able to secure this win. Mid keep is about to go down. Looks like Murky trying to get some damage, but there is a wave here. Taking a lot of damage, actually, from these towers. Tossing out a fish. May actually just be destroyed. But does take down the keep. Meanwhile, the rest of the team coming in. No keeps what to speak of. Only 2 members of the enemy team up, but it looks like 2 more are about to come into play. Tassadar taking a ton of damage. Will they go down? Will they be able to survive? Sonya jumping in for the body blocks and is able to secure the kill on the Tassadar. Lily, by the way, coming in with a jug of 1,000 fuck yous, and the blue team Greymane does go down. Boss is starting to hit the core. Octo grab coming out on the enemy Sonya. That is going to secure that kill. Meanwhile, Greymane, or no, that's Arthas trying to get some damage here. Is trying to push out Valla, but the boss is just sitting on the core, and that is going to be good game. What a fantastic match. Looks like 32 kills to 14 for, or deaths, I guess. So the blue team died 32 times, the red team died 14. Fairly even match overall, but there were several points where the blue team, I think, made some pretty key mistakes. One was when they really had the advantage, where they wiped the entire red team. That was their opportunity to push, and instead of capturing a temple, instead of pushing to try and get some damage on a keep, and really creating a problem for the red team, they decided to go and defend when none of the blue team was up, and I think that was the moment that they lost the game. But I hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Quick Match Heroes in Heroes of the Storm. If you liked the episode, please hit the like button. It does help out a great deal. And remember to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of this type of content. And until next time, I'm Grishno, and I'll see you later.